pause on those political comments, please. Lakim. Let's not make this a political scope, please. So yes, I'm going to be talking about the different live streaming in detail today. Give you a lot of information about that, and in the meantime, let me play one more tune. Come on, Milagro. Let's not make any comments here. That has nothing to do with the topic. Let me see here. Can't decide what I'm going to play. Let's see here. Okay. Seriously? Wait a minute. welcome. Today we are talking purely tech. We are talking tech today. Hello, Echo Elsu. Sounds much better with earbuds. Yes, I'm experiencing kind of a renaissance here with the sound, because what's happening is the sound is so much better now with this new mic, and actually, you know what, Kathleen? I was surprised. I actually did a broadcast. I did a 2-hour broadcast on YouTube Live just a few hours ago. I did a 2-hour broadcast of just piano on YouTube Live a couple hours ago, and I was listening to it, and I was actually surprised that it didn't sound bad. I'm always critical about my own piano playing, so we'll talk about it. So I'll keep you informed, because I have a lot of information about all this, because I tried it myself. So, yeah, the whole point, you can't miss it because there's a replay. The whole point is that I have gotten a lot of experience. I've been broadcasting on Twitch, on YouTube Live now, and well, we're not going to talk about Zuckbook, but Kathleen, thank you, and then of course my couple of years of experience with Brax me. Yeah, I have 2 accounts there, and the other one does not. I'll explain it in a second. Don't rush, because there's a lot to talk about here. Because I'm going to be informing anyone who's interested in learning about all the different live streaming options. Let me put on the headset so I'm sounds better. Kind of like I like hearing myself. So, how long have you played? I've been. You mean piano? I've been playing piano for 12 years from scratch. I learned the piano as an adult, late adult. I learned how to play piano 12 years ago, and since I'm older than dirt, then that's a very long time. And I studied with a teacher. Everything in jazz is by ear anyway. But I studied with a teacher for. In fact, I studied with one teacher for 7 years. So so for 7 years I studied with just one, and I've had like 4 teachers or something, and slowly learning. And I'm not there yet. Maybe a little bit more practice. I don't feel instead of pushing your fingers. Maybe we can have a separate. Why don't you go on Brax? And we can do a separate video on that, but not here on Periscope, because it just on Brax. I can broadcast on Brax.me and do all that and explain it and so on, and do kind of a fun thing there instead of doing it here. But welcome, people, and we need to get people in here for a very interesting tech discussion about live streaming, and people might think this is kind of out of date now, because everyone knows everything about live streaming. But the actuality is it's not really true. A lot of people don't really still understand it, and so I've had a little bit of experience here with trying to get up on multiple platforms at once. And it's I can see the difficulty here, and the good things and the bad things, are including Discord. I don't know Discord, so always good to review it. Well, it's not about reviewing the basics; it's beyond basics. I'm gonna explain it in detail, because there are detailed differences between them. So, anybody here interested in live streaming information, or do we have the usual crowd that's interested in cybersecurity and privacy and all that? So it's kind of different from my usual thing. It's tech. It's actually related to Brax Me, but it's actually related to Brax Me, but it's not directly about the privacy issue. So both. So I am back. Bloggers back. So again, let me give you a little bit of a backgrounder. I'm one of the reasons that I had to do this was Brax.me now supports video platforms on our secure communications site. So Brax.me is a site for building a private community. In fact, that's the headline: build a private community. That's what Brax.me is for, and it allows you to go into Brax and set up a kind of a footprint-less presence on the internet, so you can have a group interact and your activity is not showing up on the internet. What's up? Good news. So anyway, and forget the. I know the mic is very sensitive, and you can hear every bit of noise out there. I know you can hear everything because I can hear in the headphones. So I'm sure it'll dissipate in a moment. So don't worry about that. Anyway, because of my activity on Brax.me, trying to bring video, because Brax.me now supports multiple video platforms, and it just introduced me to all these video platforms, and I actually started to set up accounts for them. So as I was saying, today I did my first broadcast. I've been doing test broadcasts, but an actual live broadcast of myself playing piano for 2 hours on YouTube Live, and that was quite interesting. That was quite an interesting experience. And just to summarize that in kind of a quick way, YouTube Live is complicated. There's a lot of zucking rules. So my account where I did the broadcast tonight was the account Brax space me. So Brax me, 2 words, Brax me. That's the account. Now, yesterday I did a live stream to the other account, which is Rob Braxman. So there are 2. If you're on YouTube, please follow me. If you're on YouTube, please follow me on those 2 accounts. One is or subscribe. One is Brax me, and the other one is Rob Braxman. So currently, there's a reason I'm only doing Brax me at the moment. I tried doing Rob Braxman last night, and there were a lot of restrictions. So here's the thing: my YouTube Live setup, the way it is I had an existing account on YouTube. I had an existing account on YouTube, and there was really nothing much on it, but I guess that was okay with them. Hello, I Social Fit. Alex, so YouTube Live, for whatever reason, enabled access to my old account without any kind of problem. They just enabled it for video streaming. So, I didn't have any problem at all. It was like everything was enabled for it, so I just went in there and did whatever I'm supposed to do. Then I said, well, I don't like to use this name. I don't like to use the name Brax Me because I wanted to come up with an identity the same as here, which is Rob Braxman. And I went there and, Periscope is a dark site, so there's no difference. So I went there and set up a brand new account, Rob Braxman, and this is where you will experience the problem. If you go into YouTube Live and set up a brand new account that has had no live streaming and not a lot of followers and so on, what will happen is that it will be so restricted that you can't do a zucking thing on it. You really can't do much. You can't share the embedded live. You can't embed the live, so you can't share it anywhere. So they actually have rule. This is the YouTube rule. The YouTube rule is in order for you to be able to embed the video, you actually have to have 10,000 views. Okay, here's the problem. How do you get 10,000 views if you can't embed the video? This is one of these cart before the horse kind of problems. Okay? So how do you, meaning if you're a brand new person and you say, okay, I'm going to make a new identity on YouTube, make myself a presence, and then do live streaming, the answer is you're not going to be able to do it unless you already have an existing account with followers and all that. You're not going to be able to do it. You're not. And here's the logic for YouTube. Here's the logic for YouTube. The logic for YouTube, I'm not just testing it, I'm actually going to use this. The logic for YouTube is they only want to do video if they can make money off it. Well, lo and behold, it's the same with Facebook. Facebook only wants the video because they can make money off it. Which is kind of interesting when you compare it to Periscope, which doesn't make... okay, Kathleen, Periscope is a little bit different because Periscope really has not... meaning they haven't really figured out the monetization of it, in 2 years' time. So, in a way, then, Periscope is the least restrictive. Periscope is the easiest one to go into and broadcast to anyone without any, complexity. So, and the other one that is fairly easy to broadcast on is Twitch. So I'm going to talk about these main four ones, and then we'll discuss the pluses and minuses of each one. Periscope doesn't care about making. Well, they do. It's they want Twitter to make money. You really want to own all those and make them all lose, make Facebook lose money, especially after I heard Zuck do a commencement speech. What the Zuck is your buddy doing? Okay, your buddy Zuck is like wants to turn the world into to his vision of communism, I guess. Okay, so yeah, Zuck is like. Do you think Periscope will be taken out of the market in a few years? Everything has a place. I don't think so. Everything might change form, but everything has a place. Okay, everything has a place. So I will tell you the pluses and minuses because there are minuses to each one. Minuses to each one. No, not basic universal income. Universal basic income. Print Zuck T-shirt that says communist. Okay, let's get to the point though. I don't want to distract from the issue at hand here, which is live streaming options. Each one of these platforms has some pluses and some minuses. Now let's talk Zuckerberg is Jewish. Isn't that obvious? What we all know that. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything. Okay. Yeah, I'm Rob Braxman. Let's start. Since iSocialFit is here, let's start with Facebook or Facebook Live. Okay, let's start with Facebook Live. Facebook Live is it's a fairly major presence now, and for a while I thought that Periscope was going to withstand the pressure of Facebook Live. For a while there, Periscope seemed to be going up in activity, while Facebook Live was ramping up. So it was like, hey, maybe everyone is appreciating live video, and everyone wins, including Periscope. As you guys know, I don't think this is a mystery here, that in 2017 the traffic on Periscope has dropped considerably. So I don't think it's a big mystery that look at me, I'm here. I've been on for 24 minutes and I barely got 400 viewers on here. Okay, so nowadays getting to a 2,000, getting 1,000 an hour is not that easy anymore. Getting 1,000 an hour is not that easy as it was back. Back in the old days, I would get 5,000 an hour, and now I'm now getting 1,000 an hour is getting to be the high end now. Yeah, if you're somebody like John Leger, and he gets I'm offering a Zucking iPhone. Yep. If you win a Zucking iPhone from Jean Leger, you're gonna go Zuck. I mean, he knows marketing, so he goes out there and says, I'm gonna offer you an iPhone. You're gonna go watch him. And then on top of that, then you got the Open Bob's people, and of course they will get the watchers for sure. And what? Put an iPhone? Why put that in your title? Put an iPhone? Well, I'm not going to give you an iPhone. You give me money, I'll give me a Zuckbook T-shirt, and I'll say, here, free T-shirts from Zuck. Free T-shirts from Zuck. Somebody I follow gets 30 viewers, 30K viewers. Yeah, if you are an Open Bob's person, you can. It's limited to just really the Open Bob's people are the only ones capable now of reaching the big numbers, with a few exceptions. The few exceptions are like Cernovich can get quite a few. And then some specialty kind of appearances. So beyond that, the traffic here, the traffic here is I don't follow. The traffic here has definitely gone down. So getting back to Facebook video, you would get more views. So on Facebook, the problem with Facebook, as it is with anything related to Facebook, is that you're broadcasting to your friends. So the issue is, who are you really broadcasting to? People you know or people you want to know? And that's the difference on Facebook. So the question is, if you're going to say, well, I'm going to broadcast to, a brand new community, then you have to build a page. Then you have to broadcast and build a community from nothing to your page. And the only way you're going to do that, typically, unless you do advertising on Facebook, which you can pay for, if you want to advertise for clicks and pay Facebook to do it for you, and it's going to cost you a lot of money, the only alternate way is to bring your friends into your page. And that will, you can use ads and pay money to Facebook. I mean, it's a smart system. It's, pay to play. So the Facebook method, the Facebook concept is pay to play. So unless you're broadcasting to your friends, which is not really, it's not really the marketing objective. Broadcasting to your friends has probably no marketing objective. If you're actually wanting to expand something, for example, I'm promoting Brax.me, and you see Brax.me in the upper right-hand corner. So I'm going to promote that all the time now. And for VPN information, since you all need a VPN, you got the website on the bottom for getting a VPN. So these are things I'm going to be marketing now with this. And by marketing, I don't mean by marketing, I mean not that I'm charging money for any of these. It's just I'm promoting it. So I'm promoting these here. Now, so in a Facebook case, you cannot really build this organically because of the same issue with anything else, and that is there is no discovery. So discovery is a problem beyond your friends on Facebook. So initially you feel like, oh, you got some viewers because you have discovery. If you already have a big following on Facebook, let's say you already have a page with thousands of viewers, thousands of followers, because you're popular already from before, then you're all set to go with Facebook Live. That's of benefit. The rest of you will not benefit. The rest of you will not benefit from that kind of style. This is where Periscope shines. Used to shine. This is where Periscope used to shine. Periscope used to shine because of discovery. Periscope used to shine because of discovery. On Periscope, when you show up on the global list, if you have, you get enough viewers and you get pumped up, you used to rise up to the trending list and up in the global list and all that. And now it's a kind of a struggle to show up in the global list. For example, I do not believe I'm in the global list right now based on these numbers, right? Unless I'm at 100 or so or more, then I don't believe I'm in the global list. Anyone can verify for now. Am I in the global list, yes or no? Can somebody check for me? No. Okay, so I am not in the global list, and I can tell just from quick glance at the numbers, because usually I'm interesting enough that I will get double the number just by being on the global list. That is an issue of discovery. Discovery is a very, very important feature here, and a very, very important aspect of somebody, a newbie coming into live streaming, and saying, I want to make a presence in live streaming. And the biggest question will be discovery. And we're going to talk about discovery on different platforms. This is a little different scope for me today. It's more like a marketing scope. It's a tech scope, but it's more marketing. And it's just interesting that I'm sharing my knowledge here that I've acquired from my experience here. And it also shows the flaws of each platform. So again, to summarize, the problem with Facebook is there is no discovery beyond your existing base. So beyond your existing base, if you're starting, the only existing base you will have is typically your friends and family, which is not necessarily the market, and may not be ones you want to broadcast your stuff to. So it doesn't fit. For example, do you really want to have your parents or whatever, or your kids or anyone else watching your zucking videos? And if your videos are not targeted to that market because you don't really want it to involve family, do you really want family making comments on your videos? Answer me that. Do you want your family making comments on your videos? Because when your family makes comment on your videos, it introduces a lot of privacy issues. This is really the thing that's wrong with Zuck's philosophy. Okay? Yes, of course, I social fit. That's your philosophy. But in my mind, I said, I used to have a page on Facebook back when I was active on Facebook. And what am I trying? Exactly what I'm trying to hide. I am trying to hide. I have a page on Facebook, and for various things. And I closed my Facebook account, and somebody actually found, apparently didn't close the page, so the page was still active with no one running it because the account was closed. And so I went into, I forgot all about it, and somebody actually said, well, I went to your page on Facebook, the page in question here, and on there I saw people making comments, and then I saw people that looks like your family, and then 1 + 1 = 2, then suddenly everything about me is known, where I live, every detail. This is the the zucking problem with the zucking internet. It's just no. I social fit is like, what are you trying to hide? But I social fit, why aren't you using your real name in here? Can I ask you that? What are you zucking trying to hide? If you really believe that, which apparently you don't, why are you hiding yourself here? If you believe that you can post anything anywhere, which obviously you don't believe that. That's why you come here and watch me, because you also believe what I say. I think you're just being forced to say this in support of Zuck. So if Zuck watches your comments, you can say, I'm supporting Zuck. Right? But I do believe that you actually believe me. I do believe that you actually believe me. That you find that there's a reason for this privacy. Well, if you broadcast on Facebook, your family will post, and there may be comments. There may be comments on Facebook from your family which you do not necessarily want to have on social media, known to other people who have nothing to do with your family. Because on Facebook, there is no separation. On Facebook, the millennial attitude is, who zucking cares? Our entire lives are out there. Who zucking cares about any of this? Okay? Oh, by the way, just to emphasize this point, Zuck believes, this is what it was in his commencement speech, Zuck believes that all of us need to share our genome to a central database. Zuck believes that we should share our genome in a central database. My gosh. Do you understand? I mean, is this guy sick? Is this guy sick? You're now going to give the future Hitlers of the world the information that says, well, I don't want the specific DNA to propagate. So let's kill these zucking people with this kind of DNA. Let's kill them. Is it a zucking dream world that you just go and do this? Anyway, that's kind of out of the topic. That's out of topic here. I'm just saying to you that, when somebody says there is nothing to worry about with spreading this data, you have to start thinking about this. So the use of Facebook Live has some baggage to it. It has some baggage to it. And if you're doing marketing and you have an existing page and it's all corporate and there's no actual friends on there, then Facebook Live becomes a very valuable thing. So let's say you're a corporate presence. Let's say you're Coca-Cola and you go into your Facebook page and you have a ton of followers because you did expensive marketing and you went to Facebook Live. Would it benefit you to do Facebook Live? Yes. Yes. That would be one of the key, easily justifiable means. And not only that, then it gives monetization for Zuck. Okay? But Zuck doesn't make money from that. Zuck wants to make money basically on, two things. He wants the corporations to put ads out on Zuckbook to fill up your pages on Zuckbook so you don't have to do discovery. You pay for discovery. You can limit to who you want to see your content if you don't want your family to comment on it. Yeah, right. Seriously. You're really going to do that? Let me, for one, at the beginning, you have nobody watching you, so you want to get everyone watching you, including your family. Then it evolves and it grows up, and you say, well, I don't really want my family here, and their comments are in here permanently, and the videos are permanent. So Zuckbook Live is made to promote, party stuff and, accidental things and funny things that happen with your videos, with your family that you share on Facebook Live, because that's how they monetize this. Because they go in there and you click on it and they can monetize on these videos. Video is a very important monetization tool for Zuck. So the monetization is really the main point on Zuckbook, and they get you multiple ways. By getting the discovery and then doing it with your family and so on. So anyway, so that's the discovery issue is not organic because of the way that Facebook is made. Facebook is not. It's not organic like that. It's basically based on friends. It's a kind of a friend kind of system, which is related to real friends, or real Facebook friends, not random people like we have in Periscope. Periscope, look at the difference in Periscope. We don't really actually know each other here on Periscope. So you have a very random following. It can be. I discovered some earlier. On Periscope, everyone is kind of like, new to each other. So we actually are learning about each other based on comments. It's a very, very different experience. And this kind of experience where you're actually meeting people and knowing what they are based on the comments here, it's kind of a new thing. And the interaction is unique in all social media. It's unique in all social media. Now, the problem is that Periscope itself has not really focused on that. Periscope itself has been focused on being different on social media by offering the glitzy fads such as 360 drones and so on. So they're saying we're going to introduce all of this stuff and make that the glitz of offering on Periscope. But Periscope has a big disadvantage. It's designed for mobile. And everyone knows that the standard resolution of video, taken on mobile is very low res. So if you're taking a video on your phone, the quality is very low compared to other platforms. It's the lowest resolution. So the only way to up the resolution on Periscope is to use OBS. And so now if you're using OBS, then it's like, okay, then there's really no reason to go just in one platform. You can go to many platforms using OBS. I'm using OBS here. In case you don't know what OBS, hello Ray. In case you don't know what OBS is the broadcasting software that is used in Periscope Producer. So you have to compress the video I got off the work. I don't have a problem with Russian. Why, Cowboy? Why are we talking politics here? This is not a politics discussion here. So let's not distract, please. We are not talking about anything politics. So can we? Unless you're talking about Zuck. If you're talking about Zuck's politics, then you can bring it up. But other than that, we're not talking about any other. Is OBS valuable? How does monetization? Periscope does not have monetization. It's kind of unique in the platforms. The other platform I haven't talked about is Twitch, and Twitch also has monetization. It's very interesting. They all have different monetization models. So I already explained in detail the Facebook monetization model. Now let's talk about. Let me talk about Twitch. Then I'm going to go back in detail into Tony's demand. Yeah, possibly. Let me possibly and not. It depends. Let me talk about a new one that I haven't mentioned so far, and the one that we haven't discussed so far is Twitch. So Twitch is interesting because it kind of is under the radar for many of us, and I've heard a few people talk about Twitch before, such as. Synthesis Alex. Is Synthesis Alex, or what is his new name now? Official something. I forgot his new. I forget. If I see him, I'll know. But so Twitch is surprisingly. It's not super known. It's actually more well known than you think. Twitch is the largest gamer platform. It's in fact, it's one of the largest video platforms around. It's bigger than you ever imagined. I had no idea how large it was. Okay, so Twitch is actually one of the largest platforms for video. I think it's after YouTube, it's probably Twitch. It's huge. Okay, and who uses Twitch? Well, 90% of, maybe more, 90% of the users for Twitch are gamers. 90% of the users of Twitch are gamers, and they under the radar. They've just by doing live videos of their gaming, they've actually taken over the Zucking platform. Twitch is owned by Amazon, so Twitch is actually an Amazon company now. Twitch is Amazon. Is it 90%? Probably. Yeah, the number's changing though. But actually, there is no rule as far as what you broadcast on Twitch. There's other things on Twitch. You can, broadcast music, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Now, what I've discovered about Twitch is there's no discovery if you don't fall in the neat categories. For example, the categories that they have is very limited for discovery. It's, of course, the gaming, which is most of it. And then they have a section called creative. They have a section for discovery. If you do browse, you can say, well, what am I browsing? Well, you can browse for gaming or creative. You look at creative, and it's not just creative. There's some other categories in there, like automotive and so on, hobbies and music and cooking and so on. So there's a few things on there. It's not very much. I mean, it really majority is gaming. As far as the number of live videos at any one time, it's a zucking lot. It's a lot more than Periscope. I was surprised. There are much more live videos on at any one moment on Twitch than there are on Periscope. So it's a much larger platform than anyone would have given it credit. So here's what is interesting about Twitch. Anyone can broadcast on Twitch, and you can broadcast anything on Twitch. Your only issue is discovery, which we can solve in a moment. So Twitch doesn't really have any discovery, but you can use the platform. And here's about the monetization aspect of Twitch. Twitch makes money. I'm twitching right now. Twitch makes money from users, not the live streamers. The live streamers don't pay a dime, and they actually charge the end users. So end users are charged. For example, you get advertising. Unless you pay, and the advertising, of course, is what makes the money. Never heard of Twitch? Well, you're hearing from me now, because if you're older, you probably have no reason to know Twitch. You can donate to the user as well. That's correct. Twitch makes money from users or losers. So Twitch is fee based for special things like if you something to do with more features, you subscribe to more features. You also get the features free if you're on Amazon Prime. So if you're on Amazon Prime and you link your Twitch account to Amazon, you don't get any ads. So I did that. I don't get any ads on Twitch, and so it's cool. Now, like I said, Twitch is very simple in that I'm on Prime. Yeah, not Twix. I love a Twix. If you're on Prime, then you don't get ads on Twitch. So that's good. Now, the question is, how do you broadcast on Twitch? Now, this is going to be the difference from platform to platform. So I'm going to run this by you clearly here so you have an idea what the differences are for each platform. If you're broadcasting on Periscope, as you know, you can broadcast on any mobile, Android or iOS, and it just start broadcast and you're on. Okay, so that is easy on Periscope. So Periscope is the easiest one to broadcast on. Okay, now the problem with just using the mobile is the quality of the video is very, very low. So if you want to really up the game, you really need to do what I do on Periscope, which is use OBS. So now we're on OBS here. Cowboy, let's not again. Let's hello Budlums. Let's not confuse the issue here with politics. This scope has nothing to do with that. So Twitch requires OBS. So mostly the broadcast on Twitch is OBS based, which means the video quality on Twitch is very, very high normally. Most people are broadcasting in higher resolutions. So they actually don't limit you. So on Twitch, you broadcast to whatever resolution you want. So the only problem, again, yes, please, I'm not... please, I'm not talking politics here unless you're talking about Zuck. So please don't. How do I eliminate the lag on OBS? The lag is not on OBS. The lag is on typically your streaming server. OBS is called the encoder, And if you have, sufficiently powerful computer, then it's not that. It's, the streaming server is what you need to worry about. Okay, the streaming server. Now, I'm not talking about Instagram Live because I don't have any experience with it. So I can't imagine it's too different from Periscope. But Instagram Live would mean that you have a possibility for discovery. Yeah, it may be possible to get discovery. Do you still mine bitcoins? I don't mine bitcoins. I think most mining of bitcoins is in China now. Okay, so Budlums, you've missed out on the action, Budlums. One of the reasons I'm talking about this is because Brax.me has live streaming. Brax.me has live streaming, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Let me just talk about the platforms for broadcasting, or as we call it, the encoder. Okay, the encoder is OBS. OBS is the encoder for many of these platforms. In fact, all of them take OBS. I don't know about Instagram Live, but Periscope, Twitch, YouTube Live, and Facebook Live all accept OBS as the encoder. Okay, so all of these take OBS as the encoder. So it's actually useful to just learn OBS, because if you know how to use OBS, then you're able to do quality videos at all times, including the ability to make your own videos, not for broadcast. You don't have to broadcast it. OBS is actually quite a I went to the untucked. OBS is kind of it's actually going to be useful for so many purposes that it's probably good to know how to use it. It's a little, it's not the easiest thing to figure out, but because it's complicated. There's a lot of terminology and so on that you don't understand. But beyond that, it's something that's a skill that knowing how to use it is beneficial, because it's free. It's free software, and so everyone uses it. Zuckbook must be in the wash. No, I just got to vary sometimes. I'm not talking about Zuck tonight. Where to go and learn it? Somebody on Brax teaches. Go to Brax.me, look for VET, SVCA VET. In fact, if you hang around Brax and say, I want to find out who teaches OBS, and Parent Dome and VET have a little program to teach you. I believe they have a discounted price to learn OBS for $47, which means you can use that on Periscope, on Brax, on Twitch, on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, for $47, and you do the training on Brax.me. They have a special spot there for training there. So I have nothing to do with that. I'm just letting you know that that's quite a deal, considering the amount of time it takes to learn OBS. Some of you may take a couple hours. Some of you may take more than that. Somebody like me probably take 5 minutes, but not everyone can do that. Okay, so OBS is the general platform that will work for all of the platforms. By the way, of all these live streaming options, so you can stream, like I said, on Twitch, on Periscope, on Facebook Live, and on YouTube. And this is information that you ought to know. What if you want to do one transmission? Hello, Downtown Pepe. What if you want to do a transmission once, like I'm doing here, and you want it to reach everyone on Periscope, YouTube Live, Twitch at the same time? Can you do that? And the answer is yes. There's a service that actually handles that. The service is Restream.io. There's a company called Restream.io. Can you see the mask? Oh yeah, I guess. There's a company called Restream.io, and they will restream it to multiple. So you only broadcast once, a whole 5 minutes. really a whole maybe not 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. I actually learned. I said I'm going to go broadcast on Periscope, and I did it. Right before. It took me longer to set up the equipment, to move it, to put it and plug it in, and all that, than it is to actually do the broadcast on OBS. So yeah. So it actually, I'm. Because I'm a techie, it doesn't take me long to figure it out. Of course, I've never seen it before. So what's the zuck is this? And so, but I could figure it out. So average American male, 2 point, boom, done. What are we talking about? What is the bull, Steve, that I can't figure it out in 5 zucking minutes? So yes, I actually did. Didn't do anything advanced, but I mostly you have mostly you have to figure out what you want to do with it, because the real issue with OBS is not just that you're broadcasting, but you're setting up your screens and that takes a lot of time to figure out. For, how you make the presentation. For example, here I'm going to flip to let's see. And to be able to switch back between my broadcast, that's something you got to set up on OBS. These are little tricks that it's not a matter of knowing the technical side of it. It's a matter of understanding what you want to do with your broadcast. You can't hear me. We lose sound when you do that. Oh. I guess I did set up. Sorry. I forgot to put the I just did it at the last minute. I forgot to put audio when I changed page. Suck. Forgot that. Okay, got it. I'll remember it now. So, can you confirm rumors that Brax is buying Facebook, Amazon for $20 trillion? Latinos for Trump. I'm glad at least you went back to your old name. I think on a grand scale, it almost has to be flat. Did that in 5? No, Steve. Takes a long time. Knowing how to make a presentation is 90% of the time. Knowing how to make a presentation, knowing what to do when, because you have all the tools. It's like saying, okay, here's the tools. You got the hammer, the nail. So how long does it take to know how to use the tools? Yes, it takes 5 minutes to know how to use the tools, but it takes perhaps hours to decide how to use it. What are you going to build? How do you want to build it? It's because there's so many ways to present, and that's the real struggle with it. I suppose I shouldn't run VirtualBox while using OBS. Budlums, no zucking way are you going to be able to do that with zucking VirtualBox. Not even sure you could do it with VMware. Everyone has a hammer and nails. Few build homes. So doing a broadcast, with thinking about what you're going to do with a presentation is as hard as anything else creative. It's more of a creative problem, not a technical problem. The technical stuff can be figured out. The creative stuff is very, very difficult to do. Okay? I hope I'm safe. And the hammer and nail. So OBS is the kind of a general platform that you can use to access all of that. Now, YouTube Live also uses OBS. I was using OBS today on YouTube Live. YouTube Live has a mobile app, but they have restrictions. Let me talk about YouTube now and talk about YouTube restrictions. YouTube is kind of an issue. YouTube is kind of an issue with, they don't want you to just use their stuff. They're like, their thing is, you can use our stuff, but, we have to find a way to make money off you. This is, yes, I am a nun. YouTube is worse than Google? YouTube is Google. What the fuck are you talking about, Latinos? YouTube is worse than Google. YouTube office is right here. YouTube is right here. They're very close by. Big giant building. Big giant building. They got like a big and aside from their big building, they just bought the old Hughes aircraft hangar that they use for movie production. So YouTube bought Google. YouTube bought Google. Oh my gosh, YouTube is Google. My goodness. Latinos for Trump, you may have to go back to gardening if you can't figure that out. Okay? Come on. Come on. That's like learning to repair serious system for your mechanic. You gain a follower. Okay, thank you, Veef. I can't keep up. Okay, so back to what I'm talking about. Now, Veef, this is not my usual topic, so I'm going back to the lawnmower. This is not my usual topic. My usual topic is safety on the internet, privacy, and cybersecurity. So you work now. Okay, so give him 5 minutes. So how long did it take you, Steve? Are you saying it took you hours and hours to go figure out zucking OBS? It took you hours and hours to figure out OBS? Is that what you're telling me, Steve? Because no, it did not take me hours and hours. Okay, so back to thank you, Veef. Okay, so back to what I'm saying about YouTube. YouTube Live is very interesting because I actually signed up for YouTube Live yesterday. So I'm very new. And then I did a test on YouTube Live. In fact, I announced at Periscope that I'm gonna put YouTube Live on Brax Me. And I did a test broadcast, and Vet there made his own broadcast, and it seemed easy, but it's not. It's not. By default, if you set up a new account on YouTube, you really don't have you have very limited ability to broadcast. After 3 weeks, I don't understand OBS at all. Maybe you should do the OBS training then, Steve. Steve, maybe you do need to get the OBS training because, it's if you're not familiar with the terminology, it if you've never done, broadcast, you don't know what RTMP is and all this. It's kind of messy, yeah. So I understand that, especially for techie that does, operating systems and such, it's not necessarily something that translates to use. But, I understand, broadcasting in general and all that. So it wasn't like I got to go figure it out. So when I went, so there's Go Rice Girl. So anyway, so I set up my YouTube account yesterday. Not my YouTube account, my YouTube Live account. Go Rice Girl. I'm talking about the YouTube Live now, so that could be interesting to you. So wait a minute. Your comments are very distracting right now. So I did YouTube Live. So let me ignore your comments for just a second here. I went to YouTube Live and I looked in there and said, okay, there's something called Creators, and from Creators you can actually go see the live settings, okay, and it seemed easy. And then I went to advanced settings, and then it shows you what's enabled and what's not, and you start to see what the difference is. When I set up a brand new account on Periscope, on YouTube, a lot of the stuff was disabled. So it says you have to have an AdSense account. Basically, they don't want to allow you to do live streaming on Google, on YouTube, unless they have a way of monetizing. Monetizing is a requirement to do live streaming on YouTube Live. So which means you have to set up either a new AdSense account or an existing AdSense account. So I said, okay. I tried to set up a new AdSense account and it said, okay, then you have to do this and then we have to approve you and you have to wait till you get approved. So like, suck. I mean, how long I have to wait for this? So that means you have to set up a bank account, verify the bank account, this and that and all that. It's like, I don't have time for this nonsense. So I said, okay, let me hook it up to an existing AdSense account. Okay, so I got beyond that. For most of you, that will be an issue. That will take several days right there to set up the AdSense account. Okay? So I said, okay, so this is not easy. So then next, I said, okay, now if I do a live, and I did, who's going to zucking see you on YouTube? You have no followers, you have nothing. You have zero discovery on zucking YouTube. YouTube is so big that, to be honest with you, you have no discovery. Zero. Zero. That is the biggest disadvantage to YouTube Live by itself. So the issue is, no problem. No problem, Go Rice Girl, because Brax Me now has integrated YouTube Live and Twitch. You can now broadcast Brax Me on YouTube Live and Twitch, which means you get discovery. The discovery will come from you from Brax Me. The Brax Me followers will see your video and will relate to you, and it will be you will get followers and you will get likes. You will get views and so on. So it will work out inside the Brax Me platform because Brax Me provides a discovery. Now here's the problem. Here's the problem. I suppose you could pay ads on YouTube just like on Facebook, and then get your discovery that way. So here's the Google buy you out. So here's the problem. You go on Brax, and in order for you to have discovery on Brax, you have to embed the video on Brax. No problem on Twitch. Twitch is easy. There's nothing to do on Twitch except they display advertising. So when you broadcast video on Twitch, you will get advertising on the video before the live stream starts. Hello, Rob, too late. So you will get advertising on Brax when you watch a Twitch video, but that's it. And if you, the person viewing it, are on what do you call this? On Prime, Amazon Prime, then you don't even get the ads. So it's really Twitch is pretty smooth on Brax. Very, very smooth, easy using OBS, piece of cake. You have no discovery on Twitch, but who zucking cares because you're not really going to Twitch. You're not interacting on Twitch because you're not a gamer. So you interact on Brax. Fantastic. No issue at all. So Twitch is perfect for Brax. I recommend Twitch for the average user on Brax. So if you want to broadcast on Brax the free way, then Twitch is the way to do it. Okay? If you want to expand to something bigger, then you need to do YouTube Live, and YouTube Live is very complicated if you do not have an existing presence. You have to build that presence. It's going to take a while. Okay? You're not going to be able to just do a quick broadcast of nothing. You can broadcast about nothing on Twitch today, right now, in a matter of minutes. Get it set up. You're done. So Twitch is perfect, and then you get your follower base over on Brax, and you're all set. Now, some of the limitations on YouTube Live, just to you understand, in order for you to be shown on an external site such as Brax using YouTube Live, you have to be approved for embedding. You have to be approved for embedding. So you look into your advanced settings, it says embedding disabled. Zuck. What do we do here? Then you click on it and said, okay, in order to do embedding, you have to monetize. You have to do all this, AdSense account. I already told you that. So those are already clear. You need the monetization. And then the other requirement is that you have to have 10,000 views before you can embed. You have to have 10,000 views before you embed. Well, how do you zucking get 10,000 views if you have no discovery, if you can't embed? You can't go put it on Twitter. You can't do anything because you can't embed. Therefore, there's no way to show live. So it's like, chicken and the egg thing here. It's basically saying if you are brand new and you have no presence and you have no chance of making money because you're brand new, then YouTube doesn't want you because they can't make money off you. I am just fortunate. I already had an existing account. I already had an existing account that was approved. So now I have two accounts, one not approved, one approved. And I said, Zuck, this is not going to work for the average person. Which kind of shows you why people use Periscope. The problem is Periscope does not allow embedding either. So the only way to embed Periscope is if you have a Twitter account and then you have to embed the tweet, which means it can only happen after the broadcast. You cannot share a broadcast in advance. You can't. They never approved me. You cannot go to embed a video on Periscope before you broadcast. You can only embed it after it's tweeted out. Well, that doesn't work. It only also works on Twitter-based accounts. It doesn't work on non-Twitter-based accounts. So the issue that we have with Periscope is because Periscope really has no monetization model. Their monetization is really based on being present on Twitter. So the monetization is just bringing traffic to Twitter. That's really what it's about. And in that case, then it kind of misses the point. It kind of misses the point. So in that sense, then I'm afraid that you're kind of stuck for mass promotion. You're stuck with the mass promotion, with Periscope. It's not going to work. So Periscope is really going to be keeping you from doing a lot of extensive monetization just by the design of this. The lack of a monetization model for them makes it hard for you to utilize it in a way that you want to embed it, which would be, a important aspect of monetization. So anyway, now let me bring Colombo is life. What does that mean? Let me bring. Did I even get viewers tonight? Hardly any. Nobody really cared about this video, this broadcast. Look, I hardly got any viewers in the last half an hour. That's pretty crazy. Hardly anyone came in the last half an hour. I got like 90 people in the last half an hour. 90 additional people in the last half an hour. People are on vacation, 3-day weekend. Yes, you care. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, this is why I really have to consider expanding my reach to YouTube Live because of this problem of getting reach. Because the advantage of Periscope was discovery before, and the advantage of discovery and Periscope is disappearing because you're losing the main benefit for people on Periscope, which was discovery. No, I'm not leaving Periscope. No. I've no reason to leave Periscope. I'm just saying that it's. I may need to expand it. Maybe dual cast. I may have to dual cast, and I'm already broadcasting on Brax.me also. So, if not this live one, I'll make a replay. I did stream the replay live. I streamed the replay live. Let me see if anyone is broadcasting me. No one's broadcasting me on Brax right now. No one is streaming me. But I can. How is discovery in Periscope going away? By the manipulation of the globalist. Look, I am not. Yes, Brax is yes. I am not often getting the viewership because I don't get any exposure on the global list. And being in a global list is so hit or miss. Back in the day, Back in the day, I was guaranteed to be in the global list every day. You know, if I wanted to be, if I wanted to broadcast, all I have to do is broadcast, and because I thought I was a VIP, that I would get into the global list every day. Now, you know, I'm a gold VIP. I average out at a level that still conforms to gold VIP. But let me tell you, a lot of people are VIPs that no longer deserve the VIP rating because their volume has dropped quite a bit. And one of the issues with Periscope is that they really haven't maintained that rule, because they realize everyone's traffic is going down. So basically, my old 10,000 viewers is now 2,000 viewers. That used to be 10,000. Now it's 2,000. So, you know, it's dropped to 20% of the original traffic. So that's a pretty big drop. So and you can see it in the actual numbers of Periscope in total. The Periscope has dropped quite a bit. And why? You know, many reasons, including focus on the wrong things. Periscope has been focusing on the, you know, the Chrome, the 360, and the drones and all that, and not about content and not about the interaction. So content and interaction. Hello, Maximilian. How are you? So content and interaction was one of the highlights of you know, theoretically, of Periscope, and that really hasn't, you know, that's gone down. You know, it's the focus is always on the nonsense. And now Periscope has turned into more like a fight zone. You know, it's like right, Go Rice Girl. I mean, Periscope is just the place to get attacked, to get you know, to get drama. Yep. It's just, if you're a new person on Periscope, you know, it is just so negative now here. You know, it's a culture, the culture of negativity, and Periscope really wasn't quick enough to come up with a solution to prevent that. So now then it's such a negative experience for no, I cannot. Periscope has become such a negative experience. And by the way, this has already been big. This has been a big issue. This has been a big issue. We don't have enough users to say that Brax has his own drama. We knew the world had who knew the world had so many trolls to watch on Periscope. So anyway, the Periscope experience is you know, is affected by, you know, the negativity, and on top of that, the natural loss of interest of a person on Periscope, leading to the same discovery issue that I've always mentioned. If you come into Periscope and all you see are stupid stuff, and you're not promoting the successful scopers, then basically the experience of a new person is, oh, I just see a lot of boring people who don't know how to scope, and they talk about nonsense, and they, you know, they do vaping and whatever, and then and that's my experience. And unfortunately, you have a very short time window on Periscope, a very short time window before they lose interest and they leave. The old numbers in Periscope was that most people, you know, will leave within, you know, the majority of people will be gone within 3 months, and a big chunk of them, like, you know, half of them will be gone in the first month. So basically, you know, you sign up, and by the end of the month, they're gone. Some of them will stay, and by the time you get to, you know, longer than 6 months, you're down to 10% of the original signups. If 1,000 people signed up today, only, you know, only 100 of them will be here next year. And you can see that's a very, very big issue. But of course, that is not the focus of the zucking millennials over at Periscope. That's not, you know, but Periscope people, you know, I've talked about this before, and this is They had a strength, and that strength wasn't used, and now, because they what do they say? Periscope is about seeing through other people's eyes. Well, Zuck, you can see through other people's eyes on Zucking YouTube and Facebook Live. Why do I need to see on through Zucking people's eyes on Zucking Periscope? They had a marketing problem. The issue is that you're supposed to go on Periscope because it's different. Busker is too small of a player to be a point of discussion here. So, Periscope missed out because the original vision that Kayvon had was, and it's on the thing of Periscope, is seeing through other people's eyes. So basically, the whole intent of Periscope was travel. The whole idea of Periscope, we have Sketch. Periscope, the whole idea became about travel. So if you have content, such as what I talk about here, I talk about, specific pieces of information. It's like, it's not suited for me. They don't promote me. They're not really interested in what I do. So, okay, then go get you promote the nonsense, or you promote the short term, or you promote the crisis, the crisis events. You get a lot of viewers when there's a crisis. That doesn't sustain, though. That does not sustain. So YouTube Live also, gets sustained on the crisis. But they don't care. They make money. They don't care about that. As long as they make their YouTube Live, the way they monetize that, they're not going to lose money on it. Twitch is making money off the viewers, so they don't really care what you broadcast. This is the funny thing about Twitch. They don't really care what you broadcast. Well, how fortunate that I have a platform that allows you to show video from Twitch. So on Brax, you can see the videos on Twitch inside Brax, and you don't have to worry that you broadcast on Twitch because, you don't care that nobody sees it on Twitch because you're really showing it to people and interacting with people on Brax. So, hello, Art. So in that case, then I'm suggesting that for the more for people who want to just be able to broadcast easily, I suggest using Twitch and broadcasting it on Brax.me. So Brax.me is kind of different because it piggybacks the live stream from other sources into Brax, allowing you to do the interaction in Brax.me. So I'm good at marketing. Okay, so Brax.me also is going to offer live streaming on its own private live streaming. Again, I'm not talking about all the smaller live streaming apps. There's so many of them. It was live on Twitch, but not on Brax. Yeah, that tried it today. It was live on Twitch, but then you have the wrong setting. It's very simple. Do it when I'm around and get you going in a second. It doesn't take much. Okay? I haven't written out the instructions yet, Jeff, so sorry. I haven't written any instructions. We're going doing this by the seat of our pants. We only have this for a few days. So I haven't written any instructions. It's more like demo mode. So we're actually just in demo mode on the live video on Brax. But very shortly, we're going to do live streaming inside Brax with Brax servers. You're going to be able to do that. So Brax is a little bit different because we allow you to basically restream Twitch and YouTube Live on Brax. So you're basically restreaming YouTube Live and Twitch on Brax, and at the same time, you're going to be able to stream directly from our own server. You just need to embed into message for YouTube. No, if we can. You put your YouTube channel ID into the My Identity. Twitch / your channel ID, and instead of doing that, you say Twitch / YouTube / your YouTube channel ID. Okay, so you're going to have to do that on that's it. But most of you will not have. Is Twitch an open door to Brax encryption? No, operating on the side there. It's not. Doesn't have anything. It doesn't interfere with the encryption or your comments. Your comments are not visible to Twitch. So they're really. It's running separately. It can't take the data from the app from Twitch cannot take data from Brax. That's okay, Weifu Can. I'm going to write it up. I'm going to write it up. I'm late. What did I miss? So again, to discuss this again. So mostly what I talked about is all the live streaming platforms available, and then now I talk to you about Brax.me. Brax.me allows restreaming from Twitch and YouTube Live. So we basically restream for you Twitch or YouTube Live inside Brax, but these are public live streaming. So somebody in the public can see them. We will then be offering private live streaming, premium product, in the next week or so. Okay, so the next week or so you're going to be able to do private streaming if you care about that. But Twitch and YouTube Live will always be free options for you. You can always restream to Brax using Twitch and YouTube Live for free, and then we'll be offering the premium streaming if you want to do it inside Brax only. Outside of that, nothing has really caught my attention. Outside of what? I missed the first comment there. So anyway, let me summarize. Let me summarize again what we've talked about. I talked about 4 platforms. The 4 platforms I talked about were Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, and Periscope. I talked about the problem of discovery on pretty much all of them. Periscope would have been the best one. I'm not talking about that. I'm only talking about these 4. Periscope is, in theory, the best one. You're low on the grid. Periscope is the best one in theory when it comes to discovery from the rest of them, because you have a chance to be seen on the global list. Lately, that's not been the case anymore. The chance to discovery on Periscope has dropped. So in that sense, it's starting to even out. Where maybe that explains why more and more people don't do much on Periscope now. So what happens is I don't even see Alex Khan anymore. So Alex Khan hasn't recorded in a month. Where's Alex Khan? Can I report? Can I record? Yeah, you record on OBS. Your broadcasting software does the recording. You don't have to record externally. Yeah, I haven't seen like Alex Khan. So it gets the discovery, global list, map view, shares from other viewers and tweets. And global list has been a problem with discovery. Map view doesn't work for people that don't do location like me. That I'm zucked. And then the tweet thing is a problem because my account is not Twitter based. So I'm zucked on that one too. So I'm like zucked on multiple levels here. I stopped broadcasting in Periscope too. I'm zucked on multiple levels yeah, I'm zucked. Yes, I am zucked. So I'm zucked on multiple levels on Periscope. So, but in spite of all this, I still get viewers, although not today. But today is the lowest viewership numbers I've had since forever. This may be the lowest number I've ever had. Maybe because the topic has had nothing to do with my usual topic. But who cares? I don't worry about that anymore. So that's not what she said. So anyway, realist white boy. Is that who I think it is? Realist white boy. Okay, I think I know who that is. Okay. Wow. Constantly changing. Good scope always allows some flexibility. Hello, John Apples. Good evening. Hello, Russ. So anyway, the discovery issue is more, and so should she. The discovery issue used to be, you know, an advantage in Periscope, and slowly that advantage is wearing out. So it's starting to be, you know, it's kind of sad because you build this kind of a big base on Periscope, and then when it's not moving, then you're kind of zucked. And I told you that to get a base on Facebook, you have to buy it. So unless you have some normal popularity, then you're zucked on Facebook too. And same with YouTube. If you want to do YouTube, you may have to buy it. So one of the ways that I think that you should consider broadcasting is to do the micro broadcasting that you can do on Brax.me. Brax.me is a platform that allows a restream. So Brax.me is, as you know, a secure platform for communication, but now you're verified now. But one of the things that you can do on Brax.me is restream. So we have many people now on Periscope who are broadcasting on Brax.me because they can restream their video. I can't restream Periscope though. So you have to do that indirectly. The way you would do a restream of Periscope, let's say you want to do broadcast Periscope to two platforms, let's say Twitch and Periscope. You can do that. You go to a company called Restream.io, and then you automatically broadcast to two. I believe it's $10.99 a month, or there was a $4.99. There's a $4.99 and a $10.99, and I'm not sure exactly what that includes. But if you can stream to two, that's all you need. Then you stream to Twitch and you stream to Periscope. And in theory, then you just do it once, and then you can broadcast also on Brax and get interaction there. So it's kind of interesting how you can do that. So then you don't have to worry about who interacts with you on Twitch, because you don't really interact on Twitch. You don't really care. You're just, using their public video. And they don't really care either, because Twitch makes money from the advertising and so on, which they're going to get from showing the video, because when you show the video, you get advertising, or from Amazon Prime. So Twitch doesn't really care that you're not a gamer. They don't care that you're not a gamer. I don't have any thoughts on Live.me at this moment. I've not used it. I don't want to say, and I've not used Instagram Live. So hello from Russia. So since I haven't used it, I don't want to make a comment that you kind of have to understand they all have similarities with any of the existing platforms. I'm going to start. Most people don't care. Yes, they don't care. Hello, Emily. Yes, most people don't care. So I try once. I'm still confused. So you mean Live.me? So and I'm not concentrating on talking about Busker and so on, because they don't really have the reach. I mean, compared to somebody like Twitch, even Periscope pales in comparison to Twitch. I was shocked. Hey, Go Rice Girl, Joanne, did you know how big Twitch is? I mean, I was like shocked at the amount of traffic and the number of broadcasts on Twitch. It's like humongous. I mean, it's like in terms of numbers of broadcasts, it's like huge. I was scrolling down the list of broadcasts. I was like, what the suck is this going to end? I didn't know. I only looked at one category, and I couldn't find an end to. I only looked at one category. I couldn't find an end to the broadcast. No, Twitch does not. Twitch does not have. It's more information kind of. It's more content. Twitch is more content based. There is no drama based scopes, at least that are visible. It's not. There's no God account. Yeah. So Ronzo, you can restream automatically your broadcast from Twitch into Brax. Yeah, there's hundreds, but most of them are gaming communities, though. So you have to go into the creative section, and you're not really going to get the discovery or interaction inside Twitch itself. So that's where Brax comes in, because you can do it in Brax. Because since you can restream it on Brax, then you get the interaction in Brax in a private platform. So anyway, yeah. So next this coming Thursday, I'm going to be on WBZ Radio, CBS affiliate in Boston. This coming Thursday, at 11 p.m. Pacific time. Hello, Louise. So that'll be this coming Thursday. So you're really putting in the work with Brax.me. Brax.me is changing so much, guys. I remember when Joanne came into Brax.me and said, "What do I do here? What do I do here?" Brax.me is it's about private communities, and it's always been about private communities. And people come in. Oh, Jenny, you did. People come into Brax and say, "Well, I don't want a zucking private community." So that's it. Because if you don't believe the premise of a private community, then obviously you're zucked. But what Brax.me has done is is actually levels of privacy, because you can go into the public area of Brax and it's really not a private community, in the sense of completely private, because the live streaming things on Brax are mostly open. The public stations are, unless you have a private station. So Brax, the Brax.me mobile app is on the App Store and Google Play. Yes, so App Store and Google Play, and it actually, it because of the content, the amount of detail on it, it actually works very nicely on the desktop. So I'm the teacher mate stand in the corner. Desktop use of does Brax.me kill off your account for non-use? No, Go Rice Girl. Why would I kill your account for non-use? Besides, it's me. Come on, Go Rice Girl. Then set up a new one. Go Rice Girl, just set up a new one. Forget it. Just set up a new one. I know what your account is, but I don't know what your password is, so that doesn't help. Okay, just set up a new one. And if you haven't been on Brax lately, it's really about it's about Brax can be used on Kindle. I believe so. Yeah, you can. Well, you can use it on any browser. I posted, but I don't know if they went through. Jenny, are you the one that? Yeah, of course it went through. Are you the one? I saw somebody named Jenny make a comment. Was that you? Okay, I saw you were just looking around here, and I saw somebody named Jenny make a comment. I didn't know who it was. So I guess that must have been you, because I just saw it. You got to direct your messages to somebody. Yeah. So Jenny, what you do is you tap on anyone's picture, like my picture. If you see me comment, tap on my picture and you can chat with me. Tap on my picture and you can chat. Just tap on. You see people on the list. Just tap on them and you can do private chat. Or you can search by name. Rob Braxman, and you'll find me. So anyway, the one of the things that you can do on Brax now is think of Brax as Brax is not made to replace Periscope. So don't assume that I have every intent of competing with Periscope in any kind of a way, because that's not Periscope. I mean, Brax is not made for that, because Brax is about private communities. So Brax is about subset communities. So you have a big community on Periscope, and then you can say, let's have a private area where we can chat and broadcast and do stuff that's outside of the normal Periscope. And that's where you go. You don't go to Twitter, where everything is public. We would, okay, let's go private. Let's go. And by the way, there's nothing called private really in like a DM on Twitter, none of that is private. So it's a false feeling, to think that anything. How can it be private without any kind of encryption? Hey, Nina, what's up? I haven't seen you in Brax in a while. Come hang. Okay, let me start playing some music for you. Harvey Styles. Nobody's broadcasting me on Brax right now. Of course, I'm always on Brax. Not true, Nina. I was broadcasting, playing piano all day. 2 hours live video. I was using YouTube Live. I played piano for 2 hours. Emily, I'm not ignoring you. Okay, Ronzo. But Emily only talks when I'm playing piano. I can't talk to you when I'm playing piano. What is my advice? No, except I don't know who you are now, John Apple. Well, who are you now? Yeah, again, to remind you, I was broadcasting. So who are you? How do I know who you are if you just say you're John Apples with a silver? Well, it doesn't help if you don't tell me. Goodness, you're gonna make me guess here, and so how do I guess who you are? I mean, goodness. Yes, so John Apples, where are you? That will tell me. Where are you? Okay. Are you in Manchester? Are you in Manchester? Yes or no? No. So, okay, that means you're somebody else. So now, okay, let's, my goodness, it's going to make me guess. Just talk to me in Brax and tell me who you are. Must be important. Okay, so let's, oh, Dr. John. Okay, so let me let me just say something else. I played live on YouTube Live today for 2 hours of solo piano, meaning no backing track. I just did it.